Hello and welcome to the Pharma R&D Pipeline demonstration. The Pharma R&D Pipeline application takes public R&D pipeline data provided by various pharmaceutical companies and brings it together into a QlikView application to create a compelling and informative overview of the current pipeline structure. Users can filter the pipeline data through fields such as pipeline phase, target disease, therapeutic area, as well as company. For this demonstration, we will take a look at a single company and see in which areas they are allocating their R&D study. We'll begin by clicking on the magnifying glass on the top right-hand corner of the company list box. Then we'll start typing in GlaxoSmithKline. Once we see the company that we need, we'll select them from the list box. So let's get started. The company we want to take a look at today is GlaxoSmithKline. By looking at the total drugs by phase chart, we can see that GlaxoSmithKline has 44 drugs in phase 1, 67 drugs in phase 2, and 22 drugs in phase 3. Next, let's move over to the therapeutic area tab to see which therapeutic areas GlaxoSmithKline is targeting. By looking at the drugs by therapeutic area by company chart, we can see that the top 3 therapeutic areas targeted by GlaxoSmithKline are neuroscience with 31, oncology with 27, and respiratory with 23. Let's head over to the therapeutic area phase tab to get a breakdown of the pipeline in each of the therapeutic areas. By looking at the total drugs by phase chart, we can see that of the top 3 therapeutic areas targeted, that oncology has the most phase 3 drugs of 7, followed by neuroscience with 4, and currently there are no phase 3 drugs for respiratory. Now let's head over to the disease tab to see a breakdown of the diseases within the therapeutic areas that GlaxoSmithKline is focusing. By looking at the drugs by target disease chart, we can see that under the therapeutic area of neurology, GlaxoSmithKline is focusing most of their attention on depression. In oncology, they're spread across the board with the different kinds of cancers, and in respiratory, GlaxoSmithKline is focused on chronic obstructive pulmonary disease. Let's go over to the company tab and see a different view of GlaxoSmithKline's R&D pipeline. Here, we can get a quick snapshot of GlaxoSmithKline's pipeline. The view we see here is by therapeutic area, and it helps us to quickly understand the focus of the R&D team. Again, we see that neuroscience, oncology, and respiratory are the 3 major areas of focus. And finally, let's head over to the Details tab to see a very detailed view of the GlaxoSmithKline R&D pipeline. This detail chart allows us to see GlaxoSmithKline's R&D pipeline all the way from a company level down to an individual drug level. In summary, we took a look at the R&D pipeline of GlaxoSmithKline. We saw that they are focusing their R&D efforts mainly in 3 therapeutic areas: neuroscience, oncology, and respiratory. We identified the therapeutic area with the most phase 3 drugs as oncology. We saw that in neuroscience, depression was the most focused on, and in respiratory, we saw that chronic obstructive pulmonary disease was the most focused on. Finally, when we went to the details page, we were able to see GlaxoSmithKline's R&D pipeline from a high level of therapeutic area down to individual drugs within the pipeline, proving once again that QlikView simplifies analysis for everyone, everywhere. This concludes the demo.